Hello, everybody. This is Mrs. Crystal again, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about using the research databases before you got started on your research project about U.S. presidents. I'm going to tell you right now that you are very foolish if you do not use the databases because they save you time. They make finding information easier. You save time because you know the information used in a database is correct, and it will even 9 times out of 10 cite the information for you so that all you have to do is copy and paste that information right onto your works cited page. So I think given the scope of this project, most of you should be able to find your information really easily using a research database. It requires you most of the time to put in a password. It requires a couple extra clicks, but in the long run, it saves you a lot of time. And like I just said, I think you're really not being very smart about your time if you choose to go to Google first. I think if you do this right, you probably won't have to go to Google at all to find your information. So in order to get to the databases, you're going to get to the library website. We do that by going to the school website, then we take the library link. Then we're going to hover over research guides and go down to government president analysis. And in the middle here, you'll see our research databases. So databases are nothing more than warehouses of information, magazine articles, professional journals, newspapers, sometimes images, sometimes video files, sometimes audio files. They're all sort of stored in a database. And the databases are not free. So between Montgomery County Public Schools and Blacksburg High School Library, we have what are called subscriptions to these databases that allow you to go in and find this information at no cost to you. And because they provide a lot of extra services, like most of them play nicely with Google, because they cite for you, they're not free services. We pay for them. And because they're paid services, they're password protected. And I'm not allowed to, for licensing reasons, post the passwords on this library website. But what I have done so that you all can access these databases here at school, at home, anywhere with an internet connection, is you'll see I have this passwords link, tab right here. I've made a Google site that's just for MCPS folks, and those have the passwords. So you'll need to log into your school Google account, not your private Google account, but your school Google account, and then hit this tab and click here, and it'll throw you out to a Google site, and this graphic along the left will give you all the passwords that you need to get into the databases. So let me show you a few of the databases really quickly. The first one is really just an encyclopedia. It's our subscription to Encyclopedia Britannica. Click the image. You'll want the high school. And you do nothing more than do your topic search right up here. So I'm going to just do George Washington. And you can see that his is the first one right here, President of the United States. And here's the article about George Washington. And you can see that it's a long article, so it's been divided into different subtopics. So you may just want to, and you can click right there to what you want. You're probably only interested in the presidency. Some other features for using Encyclopedia Britannica, if you go back up here, you can email the article to yourself. It will read it aloud to you, and it will also cite it for you. So you can see right here, all you would have to do then is copy and paste that information into your works cited page. It's already been formatted and cited for you. The other thing that I like about Britannica is that it will refer you to other places to help find more information. So encyclopedias tend to give very, very basic information, not a lot of depth to them. So to sort of supplement that, you'll see they can throw you out to primary sources and ebooks. It also has a list of websites about George Washington that have already been screened for credibility, accuracy. They're good websites for you to use for the most part. All right. So that's Encyclopedia Britannica. Basic information, but a great place to start, which is why I included it. Next, I'm going to show you two databases from a company called Gale. All right. And again, click the image. The first one we're going to talk about is the Gale Virtual Reference Library. Everything in this database is only an ebook. All right. There's no magazine articles, no newspaper articles, nothing like that. These are all books that are just accessed electronically. So if and when you have a teacher that tells you for research projects, you have to have a book, make sure that you clarify with that teacher that these are ebooks and they do meet the standard of a book. They're books, they've been published as books, you're just accessing them electronically. You can search up here, or you can narrow your search over here. You may want to go to history. And then we're in the history category now. You can search for a president that way. Let's say these are the different articles that came up. You could go into one of these. And this is what the article looks like. It will read it out loud to you if you want that. It will cite it for you. You can email it to yourself. You can take notes. So you would click on highlights and notes. And if there's something that's particularly important, you can highlight it if it lets you. See, highlight. You can choose your color. You can take notes on it. This is important. Okay. And then if you go up here and sign in with your Google account, when you go to download, you can click it. Wait a minute, download right here. You can save it right there to your Google Drive automatically. It will save this whole article along with all of your notes and highlights. So to me, that's one of the best things about using the Gale products. And then just to show you the citation tools, it wasn't working a few minutes ago. I mean, it'll work for you now, but it just doesn't like my Chromebook right now. But it will also cite it for you in MLA citations so that you can just take it and copy and paste it right onto your works cited page. So that's the Gale Virtual Reference Library. The other Gale product is something called Find It Virginia, which is really a collection of I think 20 databases. And you can search all 20 databases here doing a power search, or you can look through these different ones and do individual databases that apply to you. Some of these are pretty specialized. Most of them are. I thought there was a biography database hanging out somewhere, but they change them up every now and then. But you can definitely search the U.S. history collection. Sometimes it's going to ask you for a password. Just go back to that passwords tab and it'll tell you what it is. And then you wait. Yay, it loads. So I'm in the history database right now. So I'm just going to type in John F. Kennedy. Basic search. Thank you. Come on. All right. And these are your different results that you have. I'm just going to choose one. And you can see it looks really similar to the virtual reference library. Same deal with Google. Same deal with the highlights and the notes. Let's see if it wants to cite for us. No, still not liking my Chromebook. But it will work for you fine. No problem. Okay. And one last thing is the ProQuest works the exact same way, plays nicely with Google, and will cite your sources for you. So that's a real quick overview of the databases. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks.